still on the Leatherheads.
Can you guys give me a bit of a recap of what we went over on Skype? And I'm not just talking about this week. I'm talking about since the last time we casted. Because we went over quite a bit of RP stuff. So first of all, the setting that we're in is Mystyx, for anybody who doesn't know. Mystyx is the moon of a planet called Versailles. It's a jungle world, perfect for habitable life. The Versaillans were a medieval race until the Mechalus came up. The Mechalus came. The Mechalus being an alien race who distributed their technology in exchange for the right to settle on the world. So now this medieval culture suddenly has machine guns, hospitals, everything high tech and everything low tech, and it's not yet blended into the culture. It's kind of a smorgasbord of technology, and nobody really knows what's going on. So anyway, this initiative started to start colonizing the moon of Mystyx. Now, the people of Versailles did not have any communication set up with the moon because they just lacked the technology.
Or they had it, they just didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, or they just didn't have it in place yet. Anyway, there was a crisis at the starport on the the Mystyx colony, and a task force of Mystyx special forces, some of the best warriors from each tribe in the in the Ocean continent, were brought together and sent over to Mystyx to retake the starport. And then everything went wrong. Everyone died except for Noros and Jack. Jack, sort of debatable on whether he died or not.
Well, actually, Jack didn't actually take wound till after that.
In which case he took moral.
In which case he actually died.
Numerous times.
Repeatedly. Per day.
Actually, so far, this is that's been true.
Yes. These are facts.
It's actually like death per day.
It's like RPM, death per day. Anyway. Jack and Noros, being the only survivors from the mission to come across to Mystyx, have found that the settlement is not at all what they thought it was. There were supposed to only have been a few thousand colonists that had been sent over. However, you guys found a massive city. The jungle world has sort of reclaimed the city. The weather here is really chaotic. And there's no communication with Versailles. And because of the type of spacecraft that the Versaillians have, they don't think there's anything wrong with none of the ships coming back, because they have the multi-tiered rockets that aren't intended to come back. Now, Jack and Noros, just being soldiers, were never in a position to really know anything about the larger political implications, what sort of scientific things were going on with the settlement, anything specific, really. Their job was just to take the starport, which they failed to do. So now they're wandering around in this hostile, crazy city, and they ran into a few friends along the way.
And
they
enemies.
And many enemies. Many enemies.
For every one friend they found, a million enemies.
It's like DayZ. You just know everybody's out to get you. But they ran into Crack, the Cthulhu-like squid monster, who actually happens to be a competent surgeon and doctor, which they desperately needed.
And has just started following them. They never asked his motivations or anything. He was like, I'm going to come with you.
He knows how to fix us.
Yes!
Juppies. He knows how to...
You're coming with us.
And then we met an air cat.
And yes, his first successful surgery, he was performed while slightly drunk.
Well, actually, first, before you met Crack, you ran into a robot named Case and his partner named Way.
No way.
Oh, Way.
Case helped us get out of jail. That's why we keep him around.
And because he's the most
And
effective...
that's the only reason.
Yeah, it couldn't be because he's the single most effective weapon ever.
Not even weapon. He's like the single reason that you guys are alive.
I think Wei is a better weapon than him. We just need to...
No, Wei doesn't sound as durable. Wei sounds more agile related and guns.
She's more agile. She's not as tough as him.
Yeah.
But as far as durability and tech level, Wei's way superior to Case.
Damn.
Because Case is like the kind of robot who has like the pistons and the giant metal parts, and he's just all about power, right? Mm-hmm. Like jackhammer fist that like punches through walls. Wei is like
several occasions.
Wei's like human sized, and she has like a muscle structure, and you could think that there's a person underneath her armor, but it's actually like a helmet or
head.
That's her head, and the muscle structure is actually like a organic tissue kind of super advanced muscle technology. So she's actually way stronger than she looks.
Is she as strong as Case?
No, not even close.
Okay. So
Because Case is like meant to like knock down buildings.
Yeah, but I think her armor is as good or better.
Her armor is actually worse.
Okay.
Worse than Case.
Well, that's because Case is like a bulldozer, essentially.
Yeah, Case is just
a
tough
bulldozer
and
in
strong.
SWAT gear.
As long as I don't share the same fate as the other bulldozer, that's fine.
No, that's happening to you. You're gonna have redneck inside of you, and then be in an explosion.
Old video that went up recently.
You need to watch our old videos. They're pretty hype.
Clearly.
They're pretty hype. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so they ran into Case and his partner Wei. Wei had gone a little bit kooky in the head. Case arguably as well. But Case managed to save these scrubs and managed to bring them back to the city of Ricketts after betraying his partner Wei because she had gone crazy. Wei then tried to murder you on several occasions. Case beat her up. At one point, Case and Wei did a river dance on top of Jack.
As I said, died multiple times per day.
Ow, 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 ow.
I was unconscious, thankfully.
Crushing him into a fine paste.
Again.
You guys finally made it to Ricketts, got fixed up by the squid monster crack, and you became reluctantly acquainted with an air clan who happened to have one of the largest bounties on the planet.
Did he have the largest bounty at that time?
He will.
Yeah.
The black ball is pretty much the worst.
Just game over.
Wait.
Game over, man. Game over.
He's working for Raid, and she's still keeping the bounty on him.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
She...
Does that mean she's still gonna fight him after the 20 days?
Yep.
Is the fight going to go detonate the bomb?
If it doesn't go her way, maybe.
Okay.
He starts to win. She's like, "Fuck you."
Well, just go with my suggestion on Skype. If she does detonate the bombs, punch her in the face as they explode.
No damage.
So is the bounty seriously still a thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Really? She hasn't removed it?
No.
Have you asked her to at all?
Because she told you that the hunt was on. Anyway, what we're talking about right now.
That is so rude.
You're such a dick, Raid. Shut up. Get back in line. Anyway, you guys went on a few adventures for the town of for the settlement of Ricketts, which was a small settlement of survivors where you had to work in order to stay there. You guys earned your keep through several missions, which I'm not going to recap, and came back. The Air Clan's bounty happened to be set up by Raid. Raid being a Crimson. The Crimson being a race, a super-powered race that is never intended for PCs to fight or even be around, of genetically engineered, cybernetically enhanced, psionically powerful, technologically superior beings who are currently in the process of conquering their second galaxy. And Raid is on Mystyx. She the Crimson are meant to be generals of millions of soldiers, of fleets of thousands of warships, and they're meant to conquer entire sectors on their own. Each Crimson. Each and every single Crimson. There's not multiple Crimson in an army. There's one at the head of a massive army. And they have multiple. Anyway, Raid is a bounty hunter on Mystyx. She has no army, and she is after the Air Clan, who does not wear armor for religious reasons.
Legitimately.
Awesome.
Anyway, after being super murdered to death by Raid, the Air Clan was spared, and Raid set up a twisted little hunt in which the bounty on Faceless would multiply every day, so that more and more and more bounty hunters would take notice of the bounty that's on them. None of them have shown up yet, but that might change. Spoilers.
That's why you shouldn't go to a mercenary group, because they'll just go after him.
He said that's why I shouldn't build a mercenary group.
You collect all these mercenaries who immediately turn on the Air Clan. Damn it.
Damn it, I should've
Why didn't
seen
we
this
see
coming.
this coming? Anyway.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a strategist.
After a number of other things coming to murder you and a number of different adventures, you guys came back to Ricketts, and the Air Clan took the initiative by going to speak to Raid, who was staying at the Remington, the local pub / trading post / barbecue pit area / bounty board area, and hangout for all the bounty hunters, who all stare at Faceless and smile. Anyway, he went past all them, went up to Raid in her private little area, interrupted her breakfast, gave her a glass of water, which she just stared at because she already had one, and told her that he would give up his freedom and give her an army in exchange for nothing. Which Raid promptly raised an eyebrow at and said, sure. Why not?
So does that mean
You know, nothing being the thing that is about to imminently kill us.
That's true.
In exchange for her help in leading this said army against the ominous threat on the horizon, which is a massive airship called the Black Pillar coming to wipe out Ricketts.
Just for fun, I guess.
For reasons. Meanwhile, the Red Dawn is currently on its way here for tomorrow, which is a second smaller airship which has offered to help for a massive price.
Hopefully they can work with that.
Right, just takes over the Red Dawn. This ship is mine now.
You work for me.
I didn't know the air... I'm just curious, who put the air can in charge of the Faceless?
Yeah, how did that happen?
Because you guys went... Faceless went, talked to Raid, and he's just like, I'll give you an army, I'll swear myself to you, and you just lead us against the Black Pillar. And she's just like, sure. And then she kicked in the door to your guys' house. And she's like, I'm in charge now. And everybody's just like, we're not happy about this.
Turns to her, turns to the Air Clan.
So everybody...
I went to every member of the party and I just stopped in front of them and just like, I am so sorry.
I don't know how this happened.
I screwed up so bad.
But yeah, no, in reality, Duran is not very happy about the current state of events.
Then why'd you do it?
Well, to be fair, one of the other things, the reason that I went through that recap is to get into the Raid situation a little bit. We had a conversation on Skype where I told you guys, okay, Eric, who is playing Faceless, actually earned Raid's assistance because he gave her exactly what she wanted. Being a Crimson, being the general of all these people, now she's a bounty hunter, and everybody's scared of her because she's like the most badass thing on the planet. So this is not what a Crimson is for. Then an Air Clan shows up. By the way, the Air Clan and Crimson are sort of cousin races. They started off as the same race, and then they went different directions. And they don't like each other very much.
Which is why he's not so happy about this.
Yes, the Air Clan went in one direction, and the Crimson succeeded.
Yes, exactly. Air Clan went over here and started dying like crazy, and Crimson went over here and started conquering shit.
So, was everything you did in character?
Yeah.
Never mind, dumb question.
Oh yeah, it was. Anyway,
He must
so the
very
Crimson and the
care
Air
about
Clan
it.
don't like each other very much. And then this Air Clan shows up and said, I will swear myself to you.
Begrudgingly.
So she's just like, and give you an army. She's also like, and
Behind that like stony mask, she's like,
and give you a war to fight. So she's wearing that helmet, and behind it she's just like super happy face. And she's like, okay, I guess.
yes.
Sure. Maybe if I'm not too
Fine.
busy.
I'm like, I want to.
So, does that mean she's just with us for this one mission? Or
She's not with you on this mission.
I mean, like, is she just leading us to defend that?
That puts her in charge of pretty much the Ricketts defenders, any allied forces you guys bring in, the brown coats, everybody. Everybody in the defense is under her command.
Yes, but after we deal with the Black Pill, is she still going to be leading the Faceless?
That depends.
Hopefully not.
That's a long, like, that's way into the future. Like, that's a whole arc. Like, but anyway, so as I was saying,
my plan is probably to fight for our freedom again. So
right.
let's see what happens.
Because
Anyway.
fighting her last time so worked.
What could go wrong? No.
Damn it.
Professionalism.
And then you guys come now.
And anyway, what was I saying? Right. So my point is the player offered exactly what the superpowered NPC wanted, which would get the superpowered NPC on your side. So Eric earned having Raid in the group. And the reason I bring this up is Mark and I had a conversation a long time ago about what would happen if we were dropped into the setting of Mystyx.
You would
like,
fix it.
Us as people. I'm just like, well, I know exactly how to fix it. And the number one thing that I would do on my list would be go up to Raid and say, let's make an army. Like, that's the start of that plan. So this is something that that like Raid is an established NPC in this world. She's been in it since the very beginning, and we've been playing this setting for years. Raid was always a part of it, and she always had this story that she was a Crimson who was meant to be conquering galaxies, conquering systems, conquering everything, and she has no army, and she's just killing things as a way to get by. She's also insanely rich too.
We should get
Because she
Maze.
could kill anything.
Because she can kill anything and everything. And everyone's tech is like way inferior to her. But anyway. The only issue that had, and this goes into our conversation on Skype, is you have this superpowered NPC who is essentially like, you guys are peasants with like bucklers and little knives. And then you have a dragon. who is like in the party, like on the front line.
Dragon, because one of those actually exists.
Yeah, oh, except we're actually going to fight a real dragon later.
No, we're gonna tame the dragon. Give it
Yeah.
to Rage so they can fly it into battle.
Give it to Raid to ride. And then the dragon and Raid are going to fuse into some even more powerful being.
I wonder if fusion would work on Mystyx.
Fusion!
Totally does. And everything works on Mystyx.
Do you have a hero harness? Yes. Confuse. Go for it.
That's the only requirement. Hero harness.
Really?
Yeah. Hero harnesses are awesome. Like in those videos that we posted in the past, it showcases how important Overwhelm is, how important hero harnesses are, how the setting is meant to work. Like right now you guys are in like the survival horror phase of things because you don't have anything. You have like shitty weapons and you're all melee characters, all of you. Like,
Not Crack. Crack is trained with guns
Right.
and has crap strength.
and he is the only one.
Jack's trained with guns, he just refuses to get a better gun.
Yeah, he just has like a revolver.
Yeah. So in this setting where everybody has like assault rifles and missile launchers and like just post-apocalyptic friggin' weaponry, you guys are using like your fists.
Quite literally in my case.
Literally in 3 of the party members.
Balak.
Balak, Case, and
Ballot
Excellent.
case Excellus, yeah. And then you have
Nobody
like
jokes about
your
when people
longest
get
range
with my
weapon
fists,
is a
though.
flamethrower.
Well, we've got Arya and her super inaccurate 45.
She's not with you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You
no,
left
she's
her.
at home
You left
now.
her at home to
Yeah.
get healed.
Healed by Crack.
Yeah. Because
Is
everyone
Crack doing that?
Yeah, Crack is fixing all the brown coats today because they are all dying.
Literally universally dying. Except for Krite.
Yeah,
Simon.
Krite's fine.
Simon's fine.
Huh?
Simon?
Oh yeah, Simon's fine.
Yeah,
He
Simon.
only has severe mental trauma.
Yeah.
His mind is the only thing that's broken.
Crack doesn't
Marie
know how to
too.
fix
Except Marie's not even messed up either.
Who?
Marie.
Marie.
Oh, Marie's fine. Yeah, but that's a recent development.
Yeah, same thing with Blaze. Blaze also recently got fixed. Because the blender fixed everyone's wounds.
Oh right. Because she was wounded as hell. And then
Yeah,
the blender
and
fixed
then
her.
blender was like, reset.
Because she was like getting attacked by 16 of the things. She's like, ah!
I'm loving this! And then Balak picks her up.
Burn the world!
Then Balak picks her up and jumps in the hole. She's like, no! I must
Came
kill!
back from space.
I came back from
Yeah.
space.
I survived.
Yeah, you didn't even get touched in that.
Meanwhile, Case is just standing there playing whack-a-mole as he's just being buried in terrors. Or rather, nightmares. But anyway,
And Jack's just dancing around him.
Jack's just standing there like, what are you guys trying to do? Like,
He's just standing there, they slash. He's like, can you even fight?
Jack became overpowered.
Yes, Jack goes from like skull and spinal cord and arm to the strongest party member.
Left arm.
Right on.
Okay, so
For no reason.
anything else we need to recap?
No. But, well, actually, yeah. it's-
No, yes, no.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
The reason that I brought all that up is the raid situation. Eric, as in Excellus, earned raid joining you guys because he pinpointed exactly what she wanted and got her on your side, and she gave her like the best deal ever, like exactly what she wanted. So because she was earned, it's not a problem. The only issue it causes is technically. And technically, I mean, Raid, or rather the Crimson, the way that they operate, they are these superpowered generals, but they fight on the front line. Like in Asura's Wrath, if you guys have looked at that video that I've linked like 7 or 8 times.
I've played the game.
Yeah, exactly.
didn't-
Their power is incredible, and they have like actual peons around them that fight as well. But it's just they're on a whole other level. They're like punching the hole in the sky. They're becoming as big as the planet and like fighting on over the planet. Like the planet is here, and they're like rock'em sock'em robots over the planet on each side of it. They have ships that are bigger than the planet and are fighting each other. They have like a huge armada. They're fighting monsters the size of skyscrapers, like with their fists. They're punching each other through the center of the earth, like.
They did that.
It's basically like every hero in that game and villain in one character.
Yeah.
But like that's the Crimson level of power, and then they're surrounded by like peons.
People with regular weapons.
But that's why she poses an issue, because if she was just a general character who sat back and like gave you guys instructions, no issue. That's fine, because she would just she'd just be like a quest giver kind of thing. But the thing is she wants to be on the front line, and you guys are the front line. So she's like here's raid. Some sewer rats show up. Oh, you poor bastards.
Leatherhead shows up. Let's roll to see how many pieces she leaves in.
There's no initiative roll. There's no damage roll. It's just how many chunks does he fall into. Roll 3d100. But anyway, however,
there's things that could stand up for like a round or two against her.
Right, and I did make a decision regarding raid, but I this whole thing was to give you my reasoning behind it, because when I put it towards you guys, because I want your input on this kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, you guys have the Tarask, and the Tarask is beside you, and it's going to be helping you out in combat. How do you want to handle this? And all the suggestions that I got from you guys, all the suggestions I got from Eric and the people that were giving him advice, essentially boiled down to depower raid, like take her powers away,
or have her
die,
off and do
or have her
else.
go away and do something else. But all of those things boil down to take raid away from the players, take this NPC away from the players. But the player earned the NPC is my issue. And I'm not gonna, and I could do the easy GM solution and just say, okay, raid's just not, like, fuck you. Your completely well thought out plan. Fuck your plan.
Is that what you did with other stuff before? Like, never mind.
Just hit him.
I deserve that. I'll give it to you so you can do it again.
Anyway, so essentially what I decided is I'm going to make it work. Raid is still going to be a thing. The only thing is in order to keep it entertaining for you guys, the scope of what you guys can accomplish has gotten bigger. Because you have raid on your side, you can solve raid-size problems. So, like, saving one settlement today, it's just kind of going to be a warm-up. The thing about the Mystyx setting is you can be as small or as big as you want. If you guys, it's completely player driven. I have no intention of forcing you to be like, do this.
Save the planet.
Yeah,
if we want to become the mailmen.
Yeah, if you guys want to be couriers, you could be couriers. If you guys wanted to open a shop in Ricketts and just do dealing all day or trading or whatever else, stuff would still happen and I would make it entertaining. The only thing is the scope is completely up to you guys. The direction is completely up to you guys. You now have
save Mystyx. I do nothing.
Or you could be Dr. Andrew, the biggest asshole on the planet. I know exactly what to do to save everyone, and I choose not to.
Let's have an adventure or three first. And maybe die. Let's have an adventure first.
The Invisible Hulk. Anyway. His skin was see-through.
Oh, okay.
And he had like 16 strength.
Oh, okay. I thought this was something we were going to have to fight. Just like the Incredible Hulk, but invisible.
Fantastic.
We all squish. What?
That's actually a thing. See the Cheshire Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
God damn it.
The Cheshire Man's more like bullets. They don't really hurt. They hurt me, but they don't. I'm gonna take your heart now.
I'm gonna take pieces out. You didn't need this, right?
Anyway.
That wouldn't work that well against Jack anymore.
Just like that on Mystyx.
Yeah, no. Practically fine. He's like, yeah, no, I don't need those pieces.
It's fine. Anyway, so essentially my message is, even though it's not what the suggestions you guys have given me, I'm not going to take Raid away. Not because Raid is some GM overpowered Mary Sue, the focus is still on you guys, but now you have Raid as a resource to be applied at your discretion.
So basically, we have he has the powerful ally perk, basically.
Powerful ally, powerful enemy.
Both at the same guy.
It's just kind of hot, cold. It really depends.
Good job on earning that perk.
Yeah. Way to flip that around.
But the hunt has not been called off.
Yeah, no. That's going
It
to
hasn't really been.
That's going to be a problem.
But yeah.
So dead.
Maybe on day 19, the party will just be like, well, it's been fun. It splits up.
Jack will probably join.
Just alarm clock goes off, wake up, look at your watch. Everybody just jumps out the windows of the house.
Which then explodes.
And Giovanni's like, my bounty.
What?
I see Giovanni and the explosive person working together to kill us.
Oh, the bomber, right. One of the defenders.
Oh, right, yeah, the one with the, like, every kind of explosive device.
Yeah, the one who escorted you to meet Rickett the first time. Which was meant to be the gatekeeper, but anyway. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you guys about Raid. We had a recap of what happened before. Anyway, so does anybody have any questions about the setting, about what's happened, about what we covered over Skype? Anything you guys want to discuss before we get started?
How badly am I fucked?
Like 19 different ways. And the worst kind.
One of the things we need to work on is getting the brown coats in, because Jack wants to join the brown coats into Ricketts.
Jack, you're crazy.
Why? Like, you have literally, like, all these factions in front of you. I'll take the one that always
worst
dies.
one. I'll take the one on the bottom of the totem pole who are dying like crazy.
Well, Jack hasn't. If Jack meets the sheriffs, he'll join them. But so far, the only good guys he's met are the brown coats, and the servers to him were what caused Mystyx. So
yes.
I
people
maintain
fighting the
that
cause of
if
this
Raid
bad
was leading
stuff.
the brown coats, they would be doing a hell of a lot better.
That's probably true.
If that's how you want to apply that resource, you can. Only thing is then Raid's in charge of the brown coats, and that has implications.
That doesn't exactly work, yeah.
Yeah, the brown coats might be like, no, we're not taking orders from her.
And then Raid kills the brown coats.
And Cerberus is like, finally! Just
God, those guys are so annoying.
walks through, picks up their groceries, walks through.
Walk down the road. They just go to the corner store, buy like a cornetto or
so
something.
many people just to get this cake.
It's the old party. They're still looking for the cake ingredients. That's all they want.
Didn't we make the cake and bring it back to her?
No, the setting ended before you guys could actually make it. You brought it back, and then a bunch of stuff happened.
And we left to go take out
you never left.
Didn't we go to take out the thing?
Oh yeah, you went to take out the
And then it
secret.
ended.
And then it ended. But there was a big epic thing going on, so if you guys ever go west,
It's terrible.
it's all bad.
South is bad, east is bad, central's bad, north is bad. Where's good?
Down.
No.
Down is worse.
Is down worse than west?
It's all bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's all
And
bad.
up is just air wars.
Up is like immediately blow up. You just die.
Just
As I
kills
was
you.
saying, any direction we go in is just a titanic clusterfuck. Like, there's no good options here.
And the area where you guys are kind of fucked too.
Yeah. However, I'm still probably going to drag you north anyway, so yeah.
Well,
After
there's a giant squid monster up there, so Crack is going to make friends. Technically brethren.
Since my suggestion is after we fix the crown thing, the brown coat situation, we help Case out because Case has saved our ass so much.
Yeah, Case is just like, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to go south and see what's going on over there. And you're just like, fuck you, Case, we're going to see Crown. What have you done for us lately?
That's
just like, would you like the list alphabetically or chronologically?
That's why I suggest after we get Crown, after we fix the brown coat situation, we do Cases.
After we do everything else, we help Case.
Saved by death. 19 million times.
So, is that everything?
That's it for me. Does anybody have anything else they needed to discuss?
I was just going to ask, so us having access to Raid, does that mean we potentially have access to better technology?
No, because Raid does not have access to better technology other than what she's wearing.
Okay.
So she does not understand her technology?
No, she understands it,
Oh, okay.
but it's not like she built it.
Yeah.
She's just wearing this awesome gear.
Yeah, no,
and-
but she doesn't know the science behind it. She just
No, she couldn't sit down and build
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Because that's not her job.
That's
Even
Crown's
if she
job. That's
could,
why we're getting
she probably
Crown,
wouldn't
so we can
for
get
us
better
anyway.
gear. Use that thing.
Would she let us reverse engineer her technology?
Who?
Raid.
Raid? No. Fuck off. Raid, can I have your clothing? Cut into pieces.
The party is, if I remember correct, the party is in a park, sorry.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
everyone's like,
Eric, what were you saying? We talked over you there.
Oh, it's, she wouldn't be just building technology for us anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not her job.
that's Crown's job.
She's like, I made you a rifle. Here.
She's made out of dirt.
It's like a rock.
Rock cut into shape of a- or I made you a rifle. Hit you with it. Now go get back to work.
Anyway.
It's like working for Jay Jonah. You're fired. Okay, wait a minute. You're unfired. Come back over.
Anyway. So yeah.
Spider-Man.
So Raid, before you guys left town, Raid showed up at your house and said, "I'm in charge." Many of you went just like, "We don't respect your authority," and she went to each of you and was just like, "This is why I'm in charge of you. This is why I'm in charge of you, and this is why I'm in charge of you." And everybody's just like, "Oh."
Jack,
Even Case was like, "Okay."
Jack, like he's been.
Jack sat there was like, orders?
Glad was the one that was okay with it, by the sounds of it.
Orders?
What
None
are-
for now.
What is your command? Anyway, so
And Jack was probably
Yeah, I
silent,
think
like he's been
in
most of the
character,
time
the
during
person
this
who
whole
has the
thing.
most issue with it is me, even though I'm the one who got her on the team.
yeah.
Well, Crack has issues he's keeping secret, but
Yeah, but
he's keeping them secret. So
Yeah, Jack doesn't talk much, I don't think.
does he even have a mouth anymore? Like you
I didn't
just
intend
made him.
for him to have one.
Is that canon now?
I don't know. He can still talk.
Jack is overpowered, but he's going to starve to death. So
You have 3 days to live before you starve to death.
Jack will find some way to eat before then. Even if it's cutting himself open, shoving the food in his stomach.
You don't have
But you'd
a
miss.
stomach.
You'd miss. You keep missing.
You don't
you
have a
can't cut
stomach.
him open, it doesn't work.
You have a spine, a skull, and an arm, and monster meat.
The monster meat would have a stuff. The monster would eat
It's
somehow.
not even organs, it's just meat. The whole thing.
These are like solid meat.
Okay.
Just weld it together.
Just literally welded.
Can we get out of the game and get past this stupidness that's not true? Cross my fingers,
Alright.
close my eyes.
Canon.
So it's about 10 o'clock. It's time to get going.
Anyway, so so Raid showed up at your house. She said, "I'm in charge." You guys tried to say no, and she's just like, "This is why I'm in charge," and you're just like, "Oh, okay, you're in charge." So you guys left to go find this person, Crown. Duddy, do you have access to the information that I know you have access to? Duddy!
I don't know if it. I don't know. Say yes.
I'll say yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not at all.
No. Straight up no.
Are you referring to where we're going?
A hint, perhaps?
The thing you wrote that had the name.
Oh, as in, secret project.
Yes.
I have that, yeah.
Okay. Does Case know that? Has he connected the dots?
No. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Anyway, so Raid stayed at your house. She says she's having it remodeled to more suit the needs of the defense of the settlement. So she's building a tactical room in your house.
And Crack, after receiving no orders, goes down to fix all our brown goods.
Yes, exactly. She's like, do whatever you want. Get away from me. Get away from me, you horrible squid monster. And then you guys left to go find this roboticist named Crown, who built Arcade the teacher bot, who Case had a conversation with.
I read that. That wasn't really a conversation.
Man, not recognized. Little arms move.
They just kind of stare at each other and they just go,
Little arms go.
don't know what you want from me. And then you guys carried on.
And
So
yeah.
you guys went down into the city. You're headed to find this roboticist named Crown. You went to the area where you ran into the sewer rats because you guys were told that Crown had left to go where? North?
North.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that you're going underground? Why are you going underground?
We know that she went to help the sewer rats with something they were
Ballast
working
told
on.
us.
Ballast told you.
Yeah.
Okay, because Ballast used to know Crown, and Crown told him.
And we were also looking along the way to find Murray's body because of the blender.
So you guys went north. You went to the area where you guys had a battle before with some sewer rats, where you lost a brown coat special forces leader named Marie, which you found had turned into a total hellscape where you guys fought a billion things. You nearly died, and it eventually ended up with you guys resurrecting Marie.
Jack for once didn't die.
Jack didn't die, and he was the only one.
But for once, he did the least. He was actually the antithesis of that. He did the least amount of dying of everyone.
Even Case somehow
Took more damage than Jack.
something's wrong.
I agree. Something's wrong.
Anyway,
It's a sign of the Mystyx apocalypse.
Missed apocalypse.
Missed apocalypse.
Not again.
Mystylix.
Mystylix.
Mystylips?
Ugh.
Mystopolis. Anyway, so yeah, you guys ran into this situation, resurrected Marie, and the resurrection device, which was an alien artifact you guys had found in a safe, which was located in a burnt-out APC in a convoy that had been destroyed. Obviously, this is what they were trying to protect. You guys opened it up, found this alien artifact, used it, resurrected Simon. Simon was messed up in the head afterwards. Resurrected Marie.
And
Marie
despite
is
Case
fine.
being indestructible, gets knocked out by a blender.
Case gets super fucked up by it. And you used it, and it converted the entire hex into a pre-war state.
And I put the blender back in the case.
Back in there it goes. So Marie is resurrected as a terror, which is a superpowered nightmare, which has devoured an echo. You've brought the echo back to life. The echo is in charge of the terror. So it has all of the superpowers of a terror, but it's a person.
Could a tail become a purified tail become re-corrupted in theory?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
And then it would be like a super terror. Because it would have
Behemoth?
like even more.
No,
Behemoth?
Behemoth is a beast thing.
No, Behemoth is a whole other thing.
Okay, let's not go there.
Just not.
Let's not even find out what that word means. Anyway, so the entire hex has been converted to a pre-war state. Everything is fixed. You guys are standing in a lovely park in this apocalyptic hellscape that this area has been untouched by.
Awesome.